Hey guys, like Blue25
and Archer9234.
with episode 99 Major Review. Today we have the Tokime Sentai Go Busters, the Morphin Brace. So here we have the henshin device for the new series Go Busters. It is actually kind of interesting to see a non-phone changer.
It's very reminiscent to the Kamen Rider XL brace and also the Ginga brace from Ginga Man.
The brace, of course, is not Velcro like the past brace, like the Dino Minder and the Dino brace.
Yeah, unfortunately, went back to the leather that they used back in like the Geki changers and stuff. I particularly never like it because it's much more harder to put on here.
It's really nice looking. It has it has a nice metallic little sticker on it. It's really nice.
Which is like reminiscent to the Shinobi medals from Hurricaneer.
So I just turn it on. Alright, so now here's one mode.
It actually supports all the buddy roids, all of them talk if you just simply keep pressing the button. This is what they do to combine into the vehicles. This mode is basically was not used yet, but it's just basically for scanning and stuff.
It's time for Buster.
Now, this is what they do whenever they do their finishing move in their vehicle.
Game mode. Mission. Shishidori ni Mawase.
Now the Go Busters has actually a game mode in there, similar to how the Mega Ranger Astro Morphin has a game mode.
Let's start. Right, left. Right, left.
It's actually English friendly.
Yes. Left, right, left. Left. Right, left. Yes. Right, left. Right, right, right. Left, left. Right, left. Left, left, left.
Depending on how many you actually get right or wrong, he says different phrases.
Right, right, right. Great! Sugoi! Ato mo sukoshi! Ganbare! Come on!
If you get them all right, he basically says excellent, but if you get like, say, 6 right, he'll say another phrase and so on.
Go Busters!
Now, the one problem that this thing lacks is that when you do the game mode and when you turn, the dial is really sensitive, so you can actually do like...
Too many turns, and all of a sudden you'll get a mistake, and then
Yeah.
you'll screw up the game.
It's really odd because you expect them to either lock, like 1 lock, 2 lock, 3 lock, like that, but this one, it doesn't have it, which kind of sucks. Now, you actually can put it on your arm, so overall, it fits your hand really nice, which is really cool. And of course, to do the trophy feature, you just gotta press it.
It's Morphin time!
The song will loop for about 10 seconds and then cancel.
Now, the odd thing is that in the show, they actually just...
They actually rotate
they
the dial.
rotate the thing,
And then do
and
it.
then they say, it's time for Busters, and then they put...
But you don't have to do that on the toy for really at all. It's just you can press the button and then turn it on. Another thing that's weird though is they included a weird locking feature for the bird, that's what I call it. It's just simply so you can have it straight up.
The funny thing about the Go Buster line is that this is actually the first time in a while that they actually take something from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Of course, it's morphing time because remember, we used it back in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in the 90s. So seeing this saying it's morphing time is actually like a big wow.
Plus, it's called the Morphin Brace, and they actually call the Zords the Megazord,
Yeah.
which is even more odd.
But overall, it's an interesting device.
It's very simple.
But the thing is that it lacks a few features. The thing is that the bird thing, the glasses or bird comes off.
So you can kind of mimic what they do in the show where it just simply disappears, but it's also there in order for it to store in the box.
Technically, you really don't have to have the bird in the whole thing because
There's no gimmick to this. There's not like if you look through the visor, there's no secret code thing like, for example, how they did it with Bowkinger and this little scanning light. There's nothing like that.
There's nothing really.
It's
interesting.
just there as like a bonus edition.
It's really nice. It's really nice to see this little device. It's better that it's not a phone, which we've had for a couple of times, but it's too simplistic and the dial is too easy to
and plus you don't know what direction to go into sometimes. You'll get confused which is left, which is right, because there's no markings.
Overall, it's a really decent thing. I mean, pick it up if you can. I would actually say it's decent, pick it up, and it's actually in a good price range. It's not too expensive like the Mobiritz was, and like the Tensolder was also.
There's also a secret mode. Continue to rotate the dial till it starts saying, keep going, and it'll eventually say a phrase.
Special mode! Happy New Year! Akemashite omedetou!
The really good part about this thing is that it does all the body words. Instead of focusing on just red alone, this time they actually have something that focuses on all three body voids. So
you hear cheater, rabbit, gorilla.
the only thing I don't like is the strap. I wish it was a Velcro strap, just like the Dino Brace.
Because it's much more easier just to do that and put it on. This one you have to go through extra steps.
But the only thing that is really good about the strap is that they actually made it that at least adult people can actually try fit on this. So it's actually
usually any of the braces usually are adult compatible, unlike Kamen Rider where you have to buy the belt extender piece from Bandai.
But yeah, that's it for our review of the Morphin Brace. Join us next week for the Black Gingo. Come subscribe. We'll see you next week. The funny thing is that even though the back is Japanese, the bottom actually says Tokimei Sentai Go Busters, and you know it's really interesting that even at the front says Morphin Brace. You don't really see much Japanese henshin devices actually say what it is, and it's actually pretty interesting to do.
But which is kind of ridiculous though, because we had a show that was the 35th anniversary right before, but they never acknowledged PR in there at all. It would have been better to do it last year than now.
But overall, a lot of people are actually saying that Go Busters is the Japanese version of RPM, which in a way it does kind of.
It has the kind of story with Benjix, how we did it.
I actually bought this for a really cheap price, so it's not that bad compared to how you'll find it. But I would suggest stay off eBay for this thing. You can actually find it from CS Toys, Ami. They still have these in stock, and they're actually a really, really good price. I really recommend that you guys get it. But if you actually want, you can actually replace this and actually put a Velcro or something else on. So it's really nice that it's not, it's only locked onto this. You can actually use other straps for it, which is really nice.
If you have an older Morpher and you want to have the strap, it does fit in there.